like playing up against slows. Stuns are annoying, but slows are the worst thing because status resistance doesn't really help you too much because when you're inside a slow, it's kind of clunky, like ground slow. Sorry. So when you already see Oracle, a backline hero that you need to catch as well, like, yeah, I like the idea of what Alliance is bringing.
They do have 2 purges though already, with the Oracle as well as the Enchantress who get rid of the bulldoze.
Yeah, what do we think of that support duo in general, Enchantress Oracle? It seems like it's not as mobile as a lot of the 4.
Could be a 3.
Could be a 3
the
inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do the research, guys. See if Boxy's been playing it.
I don't know about inch 3 after the Razor pick because you are not slowed by Untouchable when you link somebody. Because you're not
your attacks will
technically-
still.
Yeah,
Hola,
you're
hola,
not
gentita, ¿cómo están? ¿Me
technically like the
escuchan?
source
Hola, hola,
of
hola,
your
hola.
attack.
Yeah.
Sí se me escucha, ¿verdad?
But
Ya.
you are, as Enchantress, you're pretty
Vamos a hacer
speedy.
análisis, gentita. Vamos a hacer análisis.
Run away.
Yeah, so it's
Vamos
like
un
it's,
poco
I think
tarde,
in
pero
lane
vamos a
it's
ver
fine.
si
Yeah.
But later on,
Liga.
like it is one of the heroes that does
Y
not have
llegamos
to
a
itemize
tiempo.
specifically in order to kill you.
On his main account, Boxy has not played Ench off lane, so if it is,
It doesn't seem like a boxy hero,
Can you
right?
check on Tiger?
Maybe
When's
it's
the
more
last
likely
time
it's a
he
4
played
Oracle?
Enchantress?
he has played 2 days ago and 3 days ago. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
most likely the 4.
Oh, okay.
But we've seen so many position 4s be super successful when they are able to be mobile, and Enchantress doesn't strike me as that type of hero.
So classic old usage of Ench 4 and Chen 4 is the idea that you play a strong lane and then you're collapsing on mid with the creeps and you're forcing the objective.
Yeah.
I think the difficult thing here is simply when you're playing into heroes like Razor, Mars, Phoenix, these are heroes that basically don't ever get rotated on. Because if you're pressuring him, the turnaround potential of their survivability comes into play. And then you pair that with this global presence of Spirit Breaker, one misstep from an Ench or a misstep from one rotation.
A ver. Mike ya ganó, entonces.
I think the key thing here is for Liquid, they have really good fight and skirmish and non-stop aggression. And if they're calculated about it and can bait out key spells and then reinitiate for the second fight, that's when they're going to look pretty good. When there's no egg, when there's no arena, they're going to exploit the lack of damage that Alliance has. They have great control, great team fight, but the damage is not really there. It's slow over time. That's where Healing Ward might come into play.
How do you feel about this Quap pick?
It's like the classic I hate Razor, I pick Quap type situation.
So that's what I was kind of thinking, because like with what you said Liquid's game plan was, I agree with, but on the map itself, like you can't run away from the Spear Breaker, Mars. Razor's also like a really fast hero that is good follow-up. He's not going to be the guy that sets up the kills, but the problem I have with Queen of Pain is I'm under the impression she's really bad at mid against Spear Breaker. Like I thought Spear Breaker really punishes this hero throughout the course of the game because you have no natural way to interrupt the charge. Your escape mechanism isn't like effective against the guy that just keeps chasing after you. If they were to pick like a last pick Viper or something that beats the Queen of Pain in lane, is that not possible? Are they 100% sure this is a mid Razor?
No, I think the Spirit Breaker Quap idea is Spirit Breaker doesn't like ganking heroes that have their own mobility spells because if they're able to use, they just disconnect and you can never get the kill, right? Quap's also a Inspire, he always goes through status resistance, therefore you can kind of get rid of his rotation straight away. And you do need a hero that can potentially play up into this Razor. Alliance with last pick, he can be in safe lane or mid, right? And I think if it's mid, Quap's going to be pretty happy. And if it's safe lane, now suddenly Quap's playing into a counter. So I think that's where, they just need to pick a hero that can at least survive the Spirit Breaker, and then also maybe play into a potential counter down the line.
Okay. So what is that? Because Centaur, Sand King both removed. Do we need one of the real tanky offlaners coming out?
Paul Espinosa Casas envió 25 estrellas. Gracias, perrito. Bajo el volumen del Dota no se te escucha.
Ahí ya. Sorry. Ahí está. ¿Ya se escucha? Sorry. Lo que pasa es que estaba tratando de escuchar lo que decían los muchachos del panel de análisis. Y no estoy demasiado de acuerdo en lo que dicen. Igual es como que cada quien tiene su opinión con respecto a los héroes y demás, ¿no? Pero por ahora me gusta un poquito más lo que propone Liquid. Creo que están jugando en confort. Siento que lo que está haciendo ahorita Alliance es como adaptarse al draft que está proponiendo Liquid y no tanto jugar a su propio confort. Tendría que ver la fase de líneas, pero ese Phantom Lancer me preocupa un poco. Me preocupa un poco porque principalmente creo que es un héroe que puede aportar mucho cuando no hay tanto control, en este caso, no hay tanto control, o sea, hay daño en área, pero no tanto control. Entonces podría zafarse de las habilidades, entre otras cosas, ¿no? Es eso principalmente, muchachos. Por ahora diría Liquid. Ok, yo diría Liquid, pero quiero ver fase de líneas, la verdad. Quiero ver fase de líneas. Por ahora diría Liquid, no sé qué dicen ustedes. Pero quiero ver fase de líneas más que todo porque el Phantom Lancer puede ser un héroe que se puede terminar saliendo de control, ¿no? Si puedes revisar cuáles son las reglas, John, sería bravazo porque yo lo he revisado. ¿Cuál es el delay que tengo que respetar, Daniel? ¿Cuánto han pedido? O sea, no he revisado, a ver. Antes de que la gente me empiece a tirar hate. ¿Cuánto delay han pedido? Guidelines, acá está. ¿Cuánto delay han pedido? No, español. Spanish. No, ¿dónde están las reglas? No están las reglas de aquí. ¿Están? Guidelines. Está en 5 minutos, están los 5 minutos del Dota TV, pues, ¿no? Eso es lo que pide, los 5 minutos del Dota TV, ¿o no? No entiendo. ¿Están pidiendo los 5 minutos del, Dota, del delay oficial o no? No sé si me falta delay, muchachos. Si me falta delay me avisan, porfa. Ya, Mars, creo que Mars le debería ganar la línea Quap. Creo que Mars le debería ganar la línea Quap, pero el Juggernaut lidia bastante bien con el Fénix y el Mars. Tienes Juggernaut Oracle y un Enchantress 4, lo que no es normal, pero bueno, vamos a ver qué tal funciona. Y bueno, el Razor no va a estar cómodo porque el Razor tiene que lidiar contra héroes que se le escapan, que son escurridizos, como Quop y Void Spirit. Así que no va a estar muy cómodo. Bueno, como les digo, ¿no? Ya, por ahora les digo que me gusta más lo que propone Liquid. Quisiera ver la fase de líneas y me preocupa que el Phantom Lancer esté un poco free. El hecho de que el Mars le pudiera ganar la línea a la Quop también es un peligro latente. Ajá. Así que pues, está picante, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Creo que en cuanto a draft se podría decir que está a favor de Liquid. Voy a decir que está a favor de Liquid. Sí, voy a ver líneas. De acuerdo a líneas tomaré mi decisión. Pero por ahora digo Liquid. ¿Cómo está la cuota? Subiendo. En aumento. Vamos a ver qué pasa. No, no puedo prender el trobito, Alexis. Me dieron timeout por copyright. ¿Tienes monedas? No, ya me quitaste todas. Ya no tengo burrito. Pucha, quiero ver la línea del Mars contra la Quap, la verdad. ¿Ah? Efectivo no tengo, monito.
No, ya tenía 100 soles ahorita en mi mano.
No, ni idea.
Por ahí de repente he tirado 100 soles. A ver.
¿Con quién estará hablando ese boludo? Sí, mi duda está dudando, gente. Quiero ver fase de líneas, pero por ahora me inclino más por Liquid. Han cambiado de líneas, mira, han hecho que el... ¡qué gozu! Han movido las líneas para que la Queen of Pain no sufra. ¡Qué bien! ¡Qué bien, qué bien lo que han hecho! Para cagar al Mars, porque el Mars obviamente quería enfrentarse a la Queen. Y la Queen quiere enfrentarse al Razor, preciso. Me gusta lo que veo. Pero vamos a ver qué pasa, a ver si les funciona. No estoy en trobo en ese momento porque me quitaron la capacidad de hacer streaming por un strike en copyright. You will be forever alone. Yo creo que sí les puede funcionar, o sea, sería un yolito ya, pero lo malo es que el Phantom Lancer se puede salir de control, no tienes cómo pararlo. La Queen of Pain, el Void Spirit no son suficientes, un Enchantress no va a aportar tanto. Arena Flood Supernova, el Spirit Breaker es un héroe de avance. Uf, picante, ¿ah? ¿Qué? Una chiqui, gente, le metemos, la chiqui de fe. Ah, es que me gusta lo que está proponiendo Liquid. Ya, será pez, un chique de fe, gente. A ver, pez. A ver si sale. La fe. La fe, gente, la fe. Ah, si no funciona, ya pues. Igual, o sea, va a ser una chiqui, ¿no? Normal, la chiqui de fe. Ustedes váyanle al equipo de su preferencia, muchachos. Hoy estamos 14, ¿no? Le he puesto 13. Un besito a Liquid, a ver qué sale. Ya. Subesel a Liquid, gente. Le he metido mi fe a Liquid, muchachos, porque, o sea, creo que están en confort, a pesar de que en cuanto a draft están ciertamente condicionados. Más que todo por el Phantom Lance. Ah, ya, gente, me están informando que tengo que ponerle 5 minutos de delay a esta cosa. Entonces, a ver, si estamos en minuto 3, tendría que estar en -2, ¿no? 3.25, ahí lo ponemos. Voy a tener que retroceder, muchachos, sorry. No es que yo quiera, pero... Ya, no es que yo quiera, gentita, pero me han dicho que Taik es necesario, ¿no? A ver, 3, a los 4 ya, para que sea -1. A los 4 para que sea -1. Tengo que ponerle delay de 5 minutos, me han dicho. Sí. Y yo creí que se referían al delay del Dota TV, pero no. Aparentemente es el delay del Dota TV más 5 minutos extra. Entonces hay que respetar eso. Vamos a poner el delay extra. ¿Dónde está? Ya. Vamos a poner ese delay extra. Ya. A ver. 4 minutos, -1. -1. Ya, ahí está. -1. ¿Verdad? Listo. Ya está, muchachos. -1. Trovito, creo. No puedo prender Trovito, gente. Estoy con strike por copyright. No puedo poner Trovito. Si le das delay nos vamos. Bueno, lo siento, Yamil. Espero volver a verte pronto. En algún día. Pero tengo que ponerle. Ya la gente me ha escrito y me ha dicho, oye, Patrick, cuidado, ¿no? No quiero tener problemas. A ver, ya. ¿Por qué Liquid va por 3? Porque el Phantom Lancer es un héroe muy OP. Y me imagino que debe haber empezado bien Alliance. Y Liquid no tanto. Ya, eso.
Ya. Hola Putrick, ¿pero habrá draft del futuro? Sí, el draft sí será del futuro. El juego vamos a tener que ponerle delay. Patrick, no se puede volver colaborador, ¿por qué? Qué raro, ¿qué te sale, Nilsson? Si está disponible. Le metí mucho odio. ¡No!
Era una chiqui.
¿Cómo lo juego del chile?
¡Ah, la shit!
Ah, hay un brother que le ha metido demasiada fe a Alliance. Le ha puesto un K soles. Le metí mi fe a Liquid, gente. Pero una chiqui, o sea, una chiqui porque la cuota es alta y bueno, o sea, tiene chances de ganar. Tampoco es que las sean tan altas las chances, pues hay Phantom Lancer, pero creo fervientemente que Liquid es buen equipo. Están capacidad de poder ganar la partida. ¿Qué beneficios da ser colaborador? Ingresar al grupo VIP de predicciones. También puedes... puedes ingresar al grupo VIP de predicciones. Tienes ahí el tema de las ruletas personalizadas, sorteos exclusivos. Aquí están los beneficios, mira. Justo te los voy a poner en pantalla para que puedas revisarlos. Ahí está. Nah. ¡Ya! Ahí está, es forma de insania. Boxy acaba con la vida de FNG y Nico Baby mata a Taiga. 2-1. Ya, ahí está. Esos son los beneficios de colaborador. Gente, sean colaboradores, hay cupos ilimitados, ya solo hay 5. Ah, ¿verdad? ¿No? En el grupo de WhatsApp, el grupo de WhatsApp ya está full. Voy a tener que hacer un grupo de Telegram, gente. Patrick, ¿dónde está mi sync? Ah, si lo pides puedo hacerte tu sync, Alexis, aunque, bueno, es algo que dejé de hacer hace mucho, pero que podría volver a hacer si me lo piden. Gente, si me pueden ayudar a compartir la transmisión sería bravazo. Un saludo muy grande para Candy Fernández, para Jorge Víctor Bazán Chávez, Ahmed Ceballos, Junior Carrascal, Flavio Víctor, Saúl García, Sergio Manuel, que fueron los últimos en compartir la transmisión. Muchas gracias, muchachos, por estar aquí y por apoyar al canal. Me permite seguir creciendo. Sí que sí. Thank you. Ay, rico. Ay, rico. No, Patrick, WhatsApp eso es todo. Pero lo malo es que WhatsApp tiene un límite en miembros en los grupos. O sea, el grupo solo puede tener 257 miembros. Entonces, ¿cómo haría? Tendría que tener 2 grupos de debate. Quieren hacer eso, pero no van a poder entrar todos. Eso es lo malo. Tiene que ser Telegram nomás, creo. Un sync dúo con la Brubru. Si quieres le digo a la Brubru que te haga tu sync. Feed points, mis points. Nada, no puedo poner feed points. En Facebook no está esa opción. Los feed points. No, por ahora la decisión de mandar a Quake top como que no ha sido la mejor. Quake está en la coma. El que está ahí decente es Mike, pero Quake está en la coma con su Quake. A ver si se recupera, pues. Guay, rico. Viva el WhatsApp. Yo creo que deberíamos debatirlo con los colaboradores actuales. Sí, normal, o sea, lo debatimos. Pero esa es tipo la solución que he encontrado yo. A menos que... a menos que todos estén en Discord. Pero creo que no todos usan Discord. Y lo bueno del Telegram es que igual es como WhatsApp. Y tu número de celular está afiliado a tu cuenta de Telegram, pues, ¿no? Y mi base de datos no cambiaría. Porque yo tengo una base de datos de ustedes. Para saber si hay algún infiltrado, pues, ¿no? Obviamente. Taiga Enchantress, eso me parece locazo. No entiendo. Creo que le quieren dar preferencia de farming al Oracle. Es decir, ¿quieren que el Oracle escale? ¿O quieren que el Enchantress escale? No estoy seguro. Normalmente las Enchantress no escalan demasiado en competitivo. En los pubs sí, como que las ves ahí con su Stroink, ese spell de la Ganim Scepter. Sproink, pero en competitivo no. Entonces lo más probable es que este Oracle quiera escalar y llegue algún ítem interesante. A ver, Kevin, lo voy a despertar. A ver, dame un toque, lo voy a despertar a la vieja de Ivo. Uy, ese kill. Punzante, ¿eh? Se muere. ¡Plin! Uy, se salvó. No mames. Uy, gracias por verte colaborador, mi bro. Ya, a ver, ahí está. Ahí va la vieja de Ivo. Ya, gracias Kelvin por verte colaborador, mi bro. Guay, rico. Guay, rico. Desde que Thunder Predator ganó a los dos A y L, veo esto como una pelea de bajitos. ¿Qué hablas? Thunder está en buen nivel, que es diferente. Uy, nuevo colaborador. Muchas gracias, bro. Adrián Jerry Durán, ¿cómo estás? Gracias, DikiWiki, por compartir la transmisión. Me duele la barriga, gente. He comido mucho, creo. Mucho pan. Hombre, Ampi, ¿a quién le voy? Yo le metí una chiquilina al Liquid. Uy, cuidado, es for... ¡Ah! ¡Y la Sonic Wave! ¡Qué buena! ¿Vieron eso? Se salvó. Quake estaba a punto de morir. Escapa... Sí. No tenía Fortune Send. Ya había utilizado el Fortune Send, de hecho. Guay, rico. Guay, rico. Gente, ayer la bro estaba cantando esa canción y ya se me pegó. Muchachos, como tenemos delay de 5 minutos, creo que nos ponemos a conversar nada más, ¿no? ¿O quieren que gastee? Si quieren me puedo gastear ya, pero no hay tanto hype. No sé, o sea, no hay tanto hype. Después, lo malo de ponerle delay en el mismo Dota TV es que ya luego cuando la partida acaba, el delay es como que a Valve no le importa y te bota el juego. Entonces es como que estás en pleno hype y de la nada, plin, te bota y ya, pucha, no sabes qué pasó, ¿no? Tienes que bajarte el replay. ¡Uy, se escapó! ¡No! ¿Qué fue? Lleve sus predicciones. ¡Qué gozo! Analiza mi king. Sí, o sea, hice un análisis bastante frío yo, la verdad. Y le metí a Liquid, pero... O sea, la probabilidad de que suceda para mí está en un 70... No, 60%. Creo que Alliance tiene... ¿40? Sí, Alliance... Bueno, según el Data Plus está al revés, ¿no? Alliance tiene 66 y Liquid tiene 34. Pero es que es principalmente por el Phantom Lancer para mí. Ese Phantom Lancer va a ser un dolor de cabeza para Liquid más adelante. Ahorita no tanto, ¿no? Pero más adelante cuando tenga todos sus recursos necesarios va a ser muy difícil. Papi, Liquid está pagando menos. Sí, pero eso es porque el buen inicio de Liquid. Eso es por el buen inicio de Liquid. Ahora, si el Juggernaut se saca... ¿Qué se va a sacar? Vamos a ver. Battle Fury. Creo que necesita no solo Battle Fury, sino también necesita Mjolnir. Battle Fury y Mjolnir. Y también la Quap. ¿Pero qué se irá a sacar? No creo que se saque Mjolnir. Creo que se quiere sacar Orchid primero. Uy, Boxy agresivo. ¿Vieron ese Dissimulate? Patricas. BF Scadi. Sí, BF Scadi, ¿no? Más resistente. Bueno, ok. Yo lo digo más que todo para ofrecerle más daño en contra del Phantom Lancer y sus copias. Ok. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué? ¿Metiche? Uy, nuevos colaboradores, gracias, bro. La Battle Fury minuto 14, picando en la cancha. Uy, buena supernova, ojo. ¿La destruirán? No pueden. ¡Ah, sí pudieron! ¡Qué buena Sonic Wave! Ya. Stupidity. Ahora todos quieren sacar Phantom Lancer, pero no son Ana, no les va a salir. Bueno, no seas tan injusto, bro. Desde la Major están sacando Phantom Lancer de nuevo. Fly, por ejemplo, sacaba un Phantom Lancer muy bueno. El Phantom Lancer de Nico Baby no es uno de sus mejores héroes, pero tiene, a pesar de pocas partidas, un buen win rate. Así que no deberías confiarte. Yo no lo he hecho todavía. Uy, 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 uy. Ah, no conectó el remanente etéreo, pero creo que igual muere Hansken. A no ser... Uy, falló. Muere, burro. Bueno, Taiga será la ofrenda, ¿no? Oye, no muere Taiga. Lel, ¿qué pasó? ¿Y se fue? ¿Y se fue? ¿Boxy se fue? Oh. 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 Ana ha regresado a su perfil, ¿verdad? ¿Tendrá posibilidades contra Liquid? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué opinas, Patrick? Sí, claro. Yo creo que OG tiene muchas posibilidades. Aunque, bueno, o sea, ha demostrado que está jugando muy bien, OG. Pero ha jugado contra Brain, ¿no? Que en teoría es un equipo tier 2. Entonces... todavía tiene cosas por demostrar. Sí, creo que todavía tiene cosas por demostrar. Que hubiese perdido contra Brain, ahí sí hubiese sido picante. Pero ya que le ganó 2-0, ahí como que... Vamos a ver qué pasa. Limp se muere. Chau, Limp. Esta que queda. Quise decir Secret. ¿Viste cómo los mantenía? Claro, Secret dices. Sí, o sea, sí podrían ganarle a Secret. Ah, se murió Boxy. Es lo malo, el Spirit Breaker, a pesar de que no es un catch. O sea, es un catch certero con su ultimate. No es instantáneo, no es como lo que te puede terminar ofreciendo un Puck. No, un Lion, por ejemplo. Un Shadow Shaman. Pero igual es fuerte, es muy fuerte. Sacar Sangan Yasha. Phantom Lancer, Manta Diffusal, Queen of Pain, Orchid, Oracle Daga, pelada, vaya. Y el Enchantress se va a sacar Solar. Solar Crest tiene Juras Defiance. Alliance voltea, sí, podría voltear, claro que sí, tienen Phantom Lancer, bro. ¿A quién le fuiste en mapa 1? Le fui a Liquid, muchachos. Le metí la fe a Liquid, una chiquilina, vamos a ver si sale. Solar Crest Felix. Pelado. Ah, pelado. Spirit Breaker Drums. El Mars puede tanquear bien la ulti del Juggernaut, es lo malo. ¿Me voy a encontrar spot? Miau. Mira ese posicionamiento, ¿ah? Le quieren hacer carga un montón a Liquid. ¿Se ha dado cuenta? ¡Uy, se ha dado cuenta! ¡Lil! Murió el Razor sin hacer nada y también Hansken. Yaris. Querían baitearlos y terminaron siendo baiteados. Picante, ¿ah? Que está lag, Lim. Está lag, Lim. ¿Qué tiene? El BKB quiere sacarse. Las BKBs contra Liquid no son tan efectivas. La Sonic Wave atraviesa inmunidad a la magia, el Omni Slash también. Bueno, sería principalmente para evitar el daño que puede ofrecer el Void Spirit, ¿no? Ah, Wilder, porque vi el draft, vi el draft en vivo. Bueno, no en vivo, prácticamente en vivo. Continuous. Ah, rico, rico, rico. Uy, buen remanente. Chao. Bounty. Yeah. Solar Crest Enchantress. Está dura. Está dura sin ir al gym, es Enchantress. Tiene Solar Crest, tiene Defiant. Yuka de matar a este Enchantress, Te va a sacar Lotus. Bounty. Hogbets y también Twitch. Wilder. Ronda de regeneración para Boxy. Bingo hot. ¿Dónde está la arcana de la Queen es gozo? ¿Cómo lo te queda? Entonces debe estar atrasado. No, o sea, Wilder, tienes que estar atento a las diferentes fuentes para poder hacer un mejor análisis, obviamente. No puedes solo regirte de Dota TV como te digo. Phantom Lancer. Me tiene que sacar mi Olger, claro que es. Le metí una chiqui nada más, Skynet.
Ah, bueno, no sé, Wilder.
Oye, ¿ya se llenó el WhatsApp? Faltan 2 cupos nomás. Oye, quedan 2 cupos en el WhatsApp, gente. Fuente. ¿Qué? Ya ganado. Ya. Dice... Sí se sacará lo que dijiste, Patrick. Es porque se enfrenta a un Phantom Lancer. Pero el Castillo hará que el Dota sea deporte de bandera. ¿Te imaginas? Yo le meto la serie PvP. ¿Por qué, Joel? Por mapa, lo es todo. Viendo draft. Ay, firme, se va a llenar el grupo de WhatsApp. No, ¿y ahora? Siempre me ando equivocando. Le meto a la serie ya que no había mapa 1. Ah. No, tienes que esperar nomás a que esté la cuota disponible y ahí le metes, pues. La Lion se está volteando, pero las nalgas. Qué mierda, weón. A los nuevos a Telegram, dicen. Los nuevos a Telegram, gente. De avance. ¿Qué sacó el Oracle al final? Daga nomás. Patrick, ¿estás con delay? Sí, Cristian, me pidieron poner 5 minutos de delay extra. Oye, ¿cómo es que Taiga tiene tanto network, weón? ¡Qué asco! Mira, tiene Lotus. Te va a sacar Hurricane Pike después. Wow, la velocidad de movimiento del Jarnus con el Blade Fury es monstruosa. Llega a 530, weón. Temible. La Enchantress parándosela al PL, pues. ¿Qué fue? ¿Cuántos quedan? ¿Cuántos cupos quedan en el grupo de WhatsApp? Uno nomás. Me da ansiedad, gente. ¿Cómo voy a hacer ahora? Ah, les daré acceso al grupo de predicciones únicamente, pues, ¿no? Y en el de debate todavía les diré que está por crearse el grupo de Telegram, porque creo que tengo que configurarlo y todo eso, pues, ¿no? Mira el Enchantress, no muere. ¡No muere el Enchantress! ¡Mándenla! ¿No tepear? Sí, uy, no se fue. Ya, y... Ah, igual murió el Jagger. Uy, se fue el Enchantress, al final no murió, ignoraron al Enchantress. Mataron Insane el Jagger, cuidado. El Patrick Chems. Uy, casi lo mata. Aguacate sabe a caramelo. Your death approaches. Ya. ¿Ese es el stream del cast que no castea? Sí, estamos en modo análisis, bro. La Voltis de la Voltis, muchachos. Es Enchantress que pega más que la Coop. ¿Qué fue?
Hay gente que recién se está volviendo colaboradores, muchachos. Voy a responderles el inbox, ¿ya? Ah, no puede ser. Ya me sacaron del juego, ¿ya ven? Eso es lo malo, gente. Bueno. Es lo malo de poner delay.
See if they can shake off some of the rust here and wake up.
Ahí está el resultado, gente. Liquid ganó.
It's now or never if you want to be able to make it to TI.
Es horrible poner el delay porque el Dota TV te hace eso, te bota.
Let's go ahead and talk to the panel, see what they think is going to happen for the rest of this series.
Asqueroso.
Thank you very much.
Pero bueno, cobramos, muchachos, según la predicción.
At least I hope so. I hope Alliance force out that third game because we know they can do it and give us a full competitive series. But first, let's just start by breaking down Game 1 of this best of 3 series. We're going to do exactly that after the break.
ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Ese perrito. Qué gozo.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Estamos finos, muchachos, estamos finos. Gatos me gustan más, pero no es así. También, o sea, en gatos de mis viejos hay perros y gatos. No, un perro, 2 gatos. Oye, pero esa bulla puede tener copyright, ¿no? Ah, por estas bullas de mierda, weón. Me han dado strike de copyright en Trovo, pues. Maldición. Voy a poner la repetición ya. Voy a poner la repetición del juego 1, cosa que ya no me dan strike de nuevo. ¿Dónde está? Sí, ya me di cuenta ya. De razón en Trovo me dieron strike por copyright. Deben haber sido por estas canciones de Shed. Ya. Ahí está. Ah, voy a poner que es repetición y todo lo demás, ¿ya? Oye, gente, mi disco duro externo se malogró. Y justo era el disco duro donde tenía un montón de información importante. Bueno. Me da pena, gente, porque inclusive tenía trabajos de la U que yo creo que me salieron chéveres. Ya, pues fuente, ¿no? Liquid, vale. ¿Qué internet es bueno para los días sin lag? Lo malo de Claro, por ejemplo, es que te da ping alto en el server Perú. Pero Movistar creo que es una buena opción. Depende de la zona en realidad. Hay zonas en las que Movistar no es tan bueno.
You didn't want that. Double time! There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Papá. A Wilson, ¿no? Ah, super, me da flojera también ir a Wilson. Voy a ver un video en YouTube a ver si sale algo. Le metí 3%, Juan. Vamos a escuchar qué dice Forge.
It limits Limp's ability to pressure as the Mars, and while he's still got lots of last hits, he's forced to get Bulwark at level 2 to make sure he doesn't get outzoned by these two guys. There is really solid rune control at various other points as well, and that's going to make it harder for him to go crazy and punish Juggernaut. And even though he did get a level advantage on the Mars, it wasn't that big of a deal because Jug has a built-in BKB. So as long as Mickey isn't asleep at the wheel, he's easily going to be able to spin when the arena comes down. So as a result, Limp doesn't get any free acceleration from his normal laning stage, and he doesn't get any free kills. And then it makes it harder for Alliance to even pressure the map as well. And on the opposite side of the map, Quakefa obviously did fine the first couple waves, but Spiritbreaker ends up pulling the camp all the way, or the next creep wave behind the tower. As a result, Quakefa loses a full wave of experience, and then after this, he gets basically solo zoned by the Spiritbreaker, which isn't a good thing by all means. But what they do with it later is he doesn't feed, and they go for some very crucial kills on the Razor. Here's one rotation by Insania going to the top lane. At the same time that Quap jumps in, they end up killing S4 and making up some of this disadvantage. And this happens a second time a little bit later at the 10-minute mark. Quap here only level 6. Her net worth is pretty far behind the Razors. At this point, still only about like 1,500 behind. But a nice rotation from Boxy leads to S4 getting killed. Quakefa almost dies here, but great ulti to interrupt what Hanskin was trying to do. And they basically make up for this laning stage. So even though Quakefa had a poor start, and they did this like slightly weird dual lane mid, it made a lot of sense, and it positioned Liquid in a place where Jug could get the farm that he wanted to stay on top of the board and ultimately counter the PM.
Yeah, great game indeed. And yeah, we talked a little bit in the group.
Ese Perch siempre tiene buenos insights. Si tengo 10 soles, un sol nomás. Uy, gente, voy a meterme un toque.
Liquid's draft was like 5 individual heroes that kind of do their own thing. Yeah, like Oracle saves some people, but they don't have any fancy team fight. They don't have any, like, they have a very non-traditional lineup, and they just played the map very uniquely in a way that you could tell, even though it's not traditional, they knew exactly what they wanted to do with their heroes. On the other hand, you have Mars Phoenix. You're meant to just push some R buttons and get a couple kills off of it. You know, you're not going to win the game off of it, but it's going to give you some momentum. It's going to make some space for the PL. Yeah. And they just straight up botched the R buttons.
Well, yeah, that's the key thing. Alliance, you know, if they have spells, they get kills. If they don't have spells, they don't do anything. Liquid, they have multiple ways to take different types of skirmishes and engagements, and it just showed that it felt like as a team, Liquid was just performing that little bit better than Alliance, especially in game 1, because they had the lineup that if they get the right fights, they can get that ball rolling. And for Alliance, like when you draft yourselves kind of like heroes that can fight or can't fight with that simple kind of timings, they never really hit any timing. They never hit any fight which went their way. And I think when you draft like this and you can't execute like that in the game, it is worrying. And I hope they can bounce back into game 2, because if they perform like they did in game 1, this could potentially be a quick series.
Yep. Is there anybody in particular that you felt like was just playing off?
I think just the beats of Alliance were just kind of going wrong, right? Like we weren't seeing the cores that aligned themselves with the right fight. They kept trying to go for the quap. Technically, Spirit Breaker was forcing a lot of fights and trying to get those jumps, but
the synergy was a little off.
Yeah, it's just,
I specifically think I never really thought of him as like a Mars player. It's not like a flame saying he's terrible at Mars. I just think that like a much more experienced Mars player would not have missed that arena. And sometimes like when you have an ultimate combo like that, that can be kind of the backbreaker. And I also think that Spirit Breaker leaving Razor alone top around 7 or 8 minutes in to charge a Void Spirit was just so weird. I didn't know what else to think about that. Like you're not ganking a Void Spirit, and your Razor ended up dying when he was level... S4 was level 6, when Quakefo was level 4. So when you die like that, it's not only just like a normal death. You're now giving the guy who previously had no game, a game. And this Necrophos, a hero we were kind of expecting to see in the DPC after literally getting every spell he has buffed. We saw it earlier against Nyx in Division 2. I thought, you know, that's not exactly the support I would have in mind to pick Necrophos against. I kind of put Grubstroke in the same boat. You Ghost Shroud, you just give him the Phantom, and you can't hit it. I don't know if that's really a great matchup. I don't know what you think about that, Tigo.
No, I agree. I think Grim does do really well against Necro, but I'm just thinking kind of like, think about Alliance game 1 to game 2. What do they need to change up? They need to find a new kind of new approach, and this is a completely different style. It feels from game 1.
Yeah.
And Necro into Grim, it's still, of course, like the 1v1 spell usage. Grim kind of comes out ahead in that regard, but it's the idea of Alliance grouping up and applying pressure. This time, they're not going to be waiting around for Nika Baby to farm up. I'd expect them to pick a more active carry, play out their strong lanes, because like they were ahead, right? And at 13-14 minutes, they threw the game away, and basically every fight after that, they failed. So this kind of feels like the same philosophy of we'll win our lanes, but this time we're collectively grouping around a hero that can kind of keep that pressure being applied.
That's fair.
So even if kind of, I just love Grim Voice as an opening. I think if you're second pick, this double opening is super strong, and we'll probably be seeing this a lot more as well. It's like they're so flexible, right? Yeah. Grim plays multiple lanes, Voice plays multiple lanes.
I want to see some Gyro. That's my #1 carry against Necro.
Yes.
You got mixed damage, and then you have like enough physical to bring him down eventually, but in the mid game, that Ghost Shroud is not the invincibility that you're looking for. I think Liquid's either going to go for the Gyro or the Lesh. Those are like the 2 heroes that really stand out to me. You may say, oh, they already have their mid laner or whatever. You know, we've seen them have drafts where they have literally 3 mid lane cores. So, like, meaning, like, obviously they all play each lane, but you could argue to say each one of those could be their
El negro está gozo.
We haven't mentioned this at all.
Es algo que Grimstroke, como están diciendo los analistas, es un buen counter.
Drow's very positive. Drow's very good against
very fighting, yes. The Brood first phase ban. We haven't mentioned that at all in the second game now.
We had not, but I mean, it's against the Team Liquid.
Old news.
Old news.
No, but like if Lions win this series, for example, the question is this because you've seen Quadro play the Brood, or is it you have no idea how Brood operates within like a competitive environment?
You're not willing to find out
exactly.
now.
So you're like, oh, we don't want to go near this.
I don't blame him.
I actually think it's more likely to be that.
Yeah.
The hero's very different now. The timings and lane matchups.
Yeah, I mean, it used to also be one of those heroes that you would just ban because it just changes the way that you want to play, right? Previous game, you said Juggernaut was great against the PL in terms of carry. Juggernaut now banned out. Is PL on the table for Nico, baby? I know you didn't really agree with his lack of shard building earlier in the game.
Humble God went for a minute 21.
Yeah, Humble God. Come on, follow him.
I can't take it seriously when I say that. If they were to pick like a Drow on fourth for Liquid, then I think Alliance would be very likely to pick up the PL. But if they go the gyro route, which is probably more likely now that I think about it, just because you always have to consider what their follow-up pick's going to be. I'm thinking of range carries because you have the ET.
This is where you just go for like a casual Warlock on Alliance. You have
I'm down for that.
The strong Necro Earth Spirit lane. Okay, they go for an edge.
That's interesting because it's a similar idea to Warlock where you go on the Necro and you punish, but he has the Frost Shield.
And they go for the Drow. There you go.
The ET Drow, but then the PL.
All right, the question is, does Alliance just go for like a Spectre? You know, we're in new patch vibe.
You know what, Spectre's actually better. I actually like Spectre better than PL here. Yeah, Spectre's really nice.
You have like the early tower defense of Lich, Necro, Earth Spirit. Kind of those three play the game, plus some active mid lane. I kind of see like a resurgence of Spectre here, only because of the Drow. Like any other carry here, we're talking about a completely different
Ranger, gente, está volviendo
you need someone to play with the Earth Spirit. Lich and Necro, they do not get to the backlines. So you need a core can also kind of marry up with that kind of backline catch Earth Spirit has.
You actually, it has to be PL Spectre. I don't see another option.
Yeah.
Slark, maybe.
For a lot of people,
necesitas algún héroe que tenga el close gap suficiente para cagar al Spectre, a la Ranger.
Summarize is why Drow now actually would work.
I'm a firm believer that the Manta cooldown is like a huge boost to Drow Luna. What they did was that the Manta used to have a 45-second cooldown on ranged heroes as opposed to the 30 seconds on melee, and they just said, let's just make them all the same. You know, we're not going to discriminate just because you fire from a long distance. So now that the 30-second cooldown Manta, you use it to push out extra lanes. You know, you're not afraid to use it to farm. Because in the past, if you used it to farm, most of the time you get caught out during the cooldown and die. So in this case, like Sven, it's nice because you have the War Cry. Not only is it good against Drow for the plus armor, but it's also good against ET for the plus armor. I legit think they're going to survive for a while, but they can't get on top of this Drow. Like, that's what I'm concerned about. You do not have the ability.
How about Superman Sven?
So the Sven Ag still applies to Superman, right?
Yes, it does.
And it doesn't dispel anymore. That's now tied into the shard, right?
It's now the shard, yes.
So the shard, so I'm looking here. So the shard is CD reduction and dispel range, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They basically made it the 20 talent and the 15 talent back when Sven was broke.
Sure. Because, Sven
is
still very good here. It's the whole idea of the catch, right? Like we mentioned like PL and Spectre, but this is just like the old style. You just buy
Necesito escucharlos, Roel.
And now you pair up stun into stun and then somehow
a veces dan datos importantes.
Saves other than ET.
Por eso los pongo.
Sleep, so yeah, I don't mind it. I think the key thing here is there just isn't really anything to do for Alliance outside of the early enable Necro rotations. Like Sven hits creeps, they need a mid laner who's like super active. He needs to be able to like connect the dots.
No, pero ese Necro va a ser off.
I agree. Last game they really did lack that. Like Mars is like okay for that, but man, I don't think the age of mobile heroes in the mid lane is over by any means. Just because of all the reworks to runes and stuff, I don't think that changed the way the map gets played. Despite
Ranger tiene 17 juegos y 43% de win rate
like the Void Spirit from Boxy last game. It came from the offlane, sure. But the fact that this Razor, who is having such a good start, just gets ganked by this Void Spirit, you just didn't see the same thing coming out from Alliance.
Ay, ¿por qué están haciendo?
I think from these bans,
Dios mío,
most likely mid here, and they're going to be going for a last pick offlane.
Qué picante, ¿por qué están haciendo esos cambios, weón?
And then of course you have just Timbersaw threat into Sven, so it's kind of a casual ban into
picante, no me digas, gente, no.
The power of Liquid here, when you're second pick with Void Spirit here, it's so easy to draft, right? Is it your offlane? Is it your mid? We get to choose at the very end.
Yeah.
And Alliance, they tried doing like this soft flex with this Necro, but they now have to reveal something. Unless they pick some offlane that can also mid and kind of surprise Liquid.
And the Centaur Liquid. You got rid of the Mars. Darkseer? I think it's Centaur.
Necro.
It's the only hero that makes his entire team get on top of you.
There's a lot of beefy boys.
Limpa buen Dragon Knight, eso me preocupa un poco.
And Lichol. for like 20 minutes.
I just feel like no matter how much damage I have, I can't get the drow.
Yeah, that's true.
Drow's just, if you're on top of her, she does literally nothing. If you can't catch her, she kills you. That's kind of
muchos juegos con el héroe.
Is this where you go for like the beast?
Grimstroke medio, sí. Grimstroke medio.
Yeah, what
Hey,
happened
you
to that?
still
That
need
was
to
getting
get on
first
top
pick.
of Jar though. You can see her, but then what?
Taiga de nuevo con su
I guess Earth Spirit
Enchantress 4.
runs
He's
in
killing
and,
us. Oh no.
you know, Earth Spirit can run in. Maybe they think Earth Spirit is enough to deal with the drought. They
Give
go
him the
for
lash.
Dragon Knight.
This is the flex though, you know? They did pick up a hero that S4 can play in offlane and mid.
Just give him Lash, dude.
Yeah.
Lash is so good here. Because it's good against both of them. It's good against Necro and DK.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if Liquid just goes for like some type of tower push or some type of just map pressure here, they're in a really good spot to emulate game one.
You're handing them the perfect Lush game. Liquid knows it. Insania is just, this is just posturing. This is all just
We're
posturing.
just wondering if anybody
no sé,
needs to get a drink of water, a little bit of a snack,
Quick for plays.
stretch.
Quick for plays Lash, right?
All right, and now when it's not Lash, we get to see why Brian thinks the next hero is the best
Viper
hero.
would be reasonable. They have a lot of
so-
damage amp. If they wanted to go off laner, I still go with the Slardar. Just because an anti-carry would be really good here
Yeah.
to disable the Sven.
What if Liquid goes for the Sven? And then they have their own beefy boy.
I mean, they already got like the guys that go in.
All right, just picture it. Sven Stormhammers onto Drow. Centaur ults. Drow then runs.
No me gusta que el
all the way
Grim
back
sea
to
medio,
Fountain
gente.
somehow. Magic. Yep.
And a
No
Hurricane.
me gusta que
And
el
5-4 stuff.
el Grim sea medio.
Suddenly
¿no?
the Fountain.
Yeah,
Voy a ver líneas, ¿ya?
everyone,
Pero
right
me
when
inclino
Sven
más
got
por
that
Alliance
new
por
axe,
ahora.
we all did it once.
Yeah.
You were
Aunque
out
les
there
vende
doing
Nico no ha tenido
sieging,
tanto
and you're like,
éxito.
that guy's coming up, and you stun him, and you just,
There
you
we
know.
go.
Alright, they end up going back for the
Never mind. They
Enchantress.
understood who the carry was last game.
Oh yes.
My bad.
And they will be Taiga again for the
Wow,
end.
last
5ET. Yeah.
What is this, a core Grim? Yeah,
Yes,
it's a,
looks like it. Quick Fight Grim.
Cool.
yeah, they needed a mixed damage magic hero, or like just a heavy magic damage nuker to give them the mixed damage, because you have the Drow, immense amount of physical. I'm surprised I guess there's no gap close really, so they're like, they're not afraid to have
Close gap,
the
sí,
Drow
más o menos.
Grimstroke cores.
This is kind of just the same as the first
No,
game
les-
now.
no
Alliance has a
tanto, no es
position
natural, ¿no?
of
La piedra puede
early
ser.
rotations are enabling an offlane, and then eventually Nico Baby needs to get into the game. But the early pressure and just the 5-man potential of Liquid's going to come into play, and just the team fight execution and just the synergy, Liquid was just better.
Yeah.
Game one, and I think if they have that going for them again, game two, they have the draft to have the same tankiness, the same kind of punishment, and yeah, I'm concerned for Alliance.
So you're hoping that in the break they were able to just have a pep talk, and that this game they will be in sync.
Yeah, I just want to.
Quiero ver qué tal le va en líneas Alliance, gente. Estoy indeciso. No, el que está jugando el Grim es El que está jugando el Grim es Koipa. Mika está jugando su draw. Quiero ver la línea de Alliance contra Liquid. Quiero ver qué tal le va a Koipa. ¿Sube el volumen? ¿No se me escucha? Hola. 1, 2, 1, 2. ¿No se escucha? ¿A qué quieren que le suba el volumen? Jimmy, te vuelves colaborador nada más. Ah, su gente, está picante, ¿ah? Esta partida sí está picante.
Prepare for battle.
En realidad no tienes close gap natural para alcanzar a la draw, pues, ¿no? O sea, la piedra puede ser, o el Sven necesita daga, el Dragon Knight también. Necesitan daga. ¿Mi voz se escucha baja? A ver, es que fácil estoy un poco alejado del micro. A ver, hola. De ahí mejor, ¿no? Ah, sí, han empezado bien encima. Tienen un ritmo de juego muy rápido, los Liquid. No sé, ¿sale ese 2-0? Parece que sí, ¿no?
El Elder Titan puede parar al Sven cuando active ulti también hasta que tenga BKB. El Split Dash también incomoda. ¿Qué tienes con el Soulbind? ¿Qué tienes? ¿Doble enchant? En realidad no se aprovecha mucho. Tienes el Linksul con el Warrior Spirit, eso sí es fuerte. El Frost Shield del Lich. El Chain Frost. Tendría que haber la línea del Grimstroke, gente, pero ya empezó a abusar Liquid. Es un dominio total de líneas. Wow, no. Ya, le voy a ir a Liquid, al Chompiras. No, wow, ya la cuota se fue a la shit. La cuota se fue a la shit. La cuota se fue a la shit, gente. Yo le quería meter a Liquid. Estaba dudando, pero Liquid ha ganado líneas. Metida de Gampi, gente. 1.2.
You didn't want that.
La cuota se fue a la share, gente. Yo me inclino más por Liquid, gente, Liquid, pero quiero que la cuota suba. Ojalá que suba un poco.
Live by the sword, die by the Stay frosty.
I love winning.
I love winning. $10 al aire me metió. Están haciendo stomp, pero vamos a ver si se estabiliza. La verdad que tengo que poner delay. Ya. Estoy en 2. En -3 sería, ¿no? El Sven no va a estar tan cómodo, la verdad, pero bueno. Tienen héroes para poder kitearlo. -3. Ya. Me diré, gentita. Ay. Por poner delay no puede... no puede chapar ese 1x3. 1.3. Ya le fue Liquid, gente, Liquid. Solo que quiero que suba la cuota. Breathing. Y guajo. Oh.
too good.
Ah, se están haciendo masacre los Liquid. No paga. Subo la cuota. Con peso de la cuota, muchachos.
30 seconds to battle.
Ya te dije que estoy trabajando en un estudio y ahí, o sea, no tengo tu trabajo.
¡Esta que queda!
Those who bear witness will not soon forget that which transpires.
Y es Liquid por la fase de líneas, gente. La cuota ya se fue a la Shedio. Ah, ¿verdad que el Enchantress puede purgarle el Frost Shield, no? Enchantress, perdón, el Enchantress puede purgar el Frost Shield, creo.
You didn't want that.
Dude, you didn't want that. Ese tío. Esta que queda. Oye, pero a pesar de que está abusando Liquid de Alliance, están farmeando bastante bien los de Alliance.
Live by the sword, die by stay frosty.
Es que el game stroke hacia late game no me gusta tanto, a menos que tenga un juego abrumador. Un buen ritmo de juego, ¿no? 44. Ese. Oh no. Yo me inclino más por Liquid, gente. Les ven de Alliance también, es que... Ese es Sven. Dios mío. Buah.
I left my hoof prints in your backside.
Taca, 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 toco, toco.
But I'm worth so much more.
Uy, uy, uy. La fluctuación. La fluctuación. El draft de Alliance. Picante. Quiero ver el replay Intel. No, 4, ¿no? ¿Seguirá jugando igual de rápido Liquid? También la Draw Ranger no está tan bien parada, está farmeando regular nomás. No, todo no, Diego, no. Esa partida no era para todo, bro. El Grimstroke está bien parado. Es for pop. Uy, gracias por ser un colaborador, bro. Gracias por ser nuevo colaborador, Joel Ventura. No sé, gente, creo que sí puede haber un comeback. Pero Alliance no está jugando muy bien, está muriendo mucho, no sé por qué está muriendo tanto. 14. Alianza Lima. Creo que es Mafia y Go Alliance. La gente. También el Void Spirit está muy frío, o sea, el LS no es suficiente para controlarlo, a menos que el Dragonite esté atento con la daga. Creo que este juego lo voy a ver nomás. O le metemos para remar con la gentita. Grim con Cetro, pues, ¿no? O con E-Blade. Clean. ¿Ese les ven dije camuflado? Ay, ay, ay. La duda está dudando. Sí, por más que les ven haya sido ultrajado, está bien parado. Alianza Lima. 8. Ah, el Dragon Knight, claro. El Sven está arriba. Cada kill es como que un killcito. Cobran rueda de haste.
Double damage.
Want some pointers?
Gente, les ven está farmeando creeps, pero la droga es héroes. ¿Cuántos kills tiene la droga? Tiene 1. A la larga, ¿quién la hace? Creo que la hace más Liquid a la larga. ¿O no? Ah, no, pero es que es medio como que se queda el green. No. Gracias por la sub, bro. Tenemos nuevo sub. Juan Carlos Hurtado, muchas gracias. La 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 la. Ah. 1.1 seguro. Oh, sí. Ya, 1.3 Liquid. Go. Ya, pues. Ya, 1.3. Sí. Le voy a dar.
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
It's not in my nature, but...
Healing, where are you going?
Bueno, me subí al tren del mame, gente. El tren del mame, bro.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
Obviamente, pues todo al par.
Me subí al tren del mame, gente. ¿Qué fue? ¿Será que me voy de hocico por subirme al tren del mame? ¿De hociquito? Como diría la brura.
Radiant should look to their top tower. Dire's bottom tower is in danger. Dire have fortified their structures against attack.
40, 32.
Ayer dijeron lo mismo con Penta.
Bueno, ya. Que sea lo que tenga que pasar. Confía, Javier, confía. Sven está farmeando bien. ¿Qué se va a sacar el Grimstroke? Y Blade. Me imagino que después se va a sacar su Ganem.
Speed and precision.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ay, ay, ay. Fuente. Ese es Sven, Dios mío. No, 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 no. No, Saúl.
I'll take that.
Es que, claro, el Sven hacia late game es muy pesado. O sea, la draw también, ¿no? Pero necesita estar bien parada. Es difícil contra tanto héroe de Close Gap. Tiene Close Gap. Alliance tiene Close Gap.
Self-portraits.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
My sprites are with us.
Scanning for enemies.
Sí, era fácil era ver Era ver un toque más este juego, sí. Bueno, ya pues ya está.
Your life served well. Purpose but your death is Dire should look to their top tower. The diaglyph is now active. Radiant's bottom tower is
Sí, lo sé, Alexis. Me subí al tren del mame. O sea, y no es buena idea hacerlo. Uf, papicha. Es un draft bien pendex el de Liquid. Bien pendex. Ya bueno. Ya me manda, pues. Ahora este es 2. Equivocado. Líneas 1. Claro, pues. Es fácil. Ya. Ah, ya está. Ya, bueno, ya vengo, gente.
bounty. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Next.
Come on, sprites. I'll do better next time.
Gente, ¿qué tal? Estoy esperando que empiece la siguiente partida. No puedo verla, no sé por qué. Está bug. Está bugueadazo esto. Cuatro. Claro. Bueno. Voy a seguir base eso. No carga. Ahí está. ¿Por qué perdió Liquid? Por el late game de Lions, nada más. Oye, ¿qué fue? No me deja ver el juego. Pondré esto por mientras.
vivo. Dice que van a almorzar ahorita. Y abajo los tres, ¿ah? Nosotros estamos hablando de cosas que yo después. Sí. Ya. Sí, mi amor. Ya, mi amor, ya. Vamos a almorzar. Busca, por ahí, busca, no sé, yo les he dado. Abre la ventana. Bajen ahorita.
Necesito cargar mi celular un ratito.
No te va a pegar. Amor, sí, ya. Ya, yo lo voy a decir que no te pegue. ¿Qué?
Lo que me da más risa es que me dejé llegar por el hype y en mi hojita de análisis ya había puesto yo al Lions. No. Hay una cuchara. No, voy a comer con cuchara. Gente, ya, hay draft. Vamos a ver. Modo fríos.
Yeah,
No nos puedo dejar llevar por el hype.
I think what I see so far is that last game, Necrophos got picked on S4 just in the early laning stage. And Jug is similar to Drow in the sense that you represent some sort of kill threat on the Necro, but I would really like to see that Taiga like Earth Spirit. Like the hero that's going to TP into that lane and get that crucial first kill, which makes it much easier to get the second and third kill because Jug gets that 1 or 2 level advantage. And I think Grimstroke Jug alone, you're gonna get shoved away as Jug a lot. Like you're gonna have to go through a lot of your own regen and sustain, and it's gonna be hard to get past that critical threshold this time around since they have the stun to protect them and everything. It's funny to see Nyx come back. Like I think we've seen like 3 or 4 Nyxes already, and the hero got nerfed a lot last patch. I guess the Necrobook meta was good against him.
That, yeah. Get rid of Necro and suddenly, I feel like this is a random Carl style number here. Like 70% of supports you can't play into Necrobooks.
Yeah.
And now,
Bane.
Bane. The list goes on. I'm not mentioning
It's just
any.
every support that is not
like 70%, right?
having a built-in movement.
Let's just coin that number. Thanks,
I mean,
Carl.
that's more than 70%. Well, that depends. You can play every hero as support if you really want to.
Not into a Necrobook.
You can play Spectre
Nope.
5. You were talking about that.
Baden into it.
Spectre 5 will be fine.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
That's a drown counter.
Yeah, they banned the Earth Spirit. There we go.
Very smart. But yeah, basically any hero that can rotate in. And also, I guess a nice thing about Necro is the prominence of Tusk recently. You kind of remove that with some casual offlane Necro. That Tusk can never really TP that safe lane. Sure, you can with some like shards play, but the simplicity of removing tag team with Ghost Shroud on Necro.
Yeah, true.
It's very easy to play that concept.
I didn't even notice the Tiny first round ban. The next hero that came to mind for me was Tiny, and then I looked up and I see that he's first round banned by Team Liquid. So, is there another 4 position that would do that job? I really think they need it. Oh yeah, Clock would be nice.
Oh,
Clock's
Clock
even
now
better
looks
now.
good. Yeah,
Clock's dope now.
That vibes.
Why?
It's just so annoying for Snapfire.
But why is it annoying, Brian?
Because you just get right in front of, like, up in her face in the mid game. Like in the laning stage, the battery assault's super annoying. Like even though Snapfire has Cookie to get out of cogs and everything, she really can't handle somebody being right up in her grill.
It's simply the engagement. If you ever get on top, you then have to disengage, then re-engage in that window of time removes you completely from the game.
Yeah.
Would then Taiga be the one playing the Clock, or would you want it 5 on Insania?
I'd say I'd probably. I think I want the Grimstroke 5. I think Grimstroke Jug is like way too strong of a lane pairing to.
You don't think they're gonna have Koifa play the Grim again? We have Willow, and that's most likely gonna be Taiga's hero.
So last game they picked Drow carry, and you're just never gonna do like a Drow Grim lane. That just doesn't sound. But you're like, oh, I'm gonna ink swell the Drow. No, it doesn't really sound good. But I think with Jug, I think you'd be wasting a really strong potential duo for. I don't really see like a reason why you would, but theoretically, if they were to pick like Lich Grim, you know, the classic combo, they could put the Lich 5 and the Grim 2 or 3. Willow does Willow ulti go through Ghost Shroud?
Yeah.
It does. Because it's not. Is it not considered like an attack?
What? Willow's ulti?
I'm saying the damage. Yeah, Bedlam. That's part of her ult.
Yeah.
Bedlam goes through. Yeah.
Yeah, that does extra damage. It's great.
Oh, I wasn't sure because I thought it might be considered an attack.
No. You're literally just standing next to the target, and then.
That's the sound effect. Don't worry, I got you.
What's her name?
I just did the sound effect.
No, but what's the name of the? What's the name of the spirit fairy?
It is Jix, I think.
Jix. Yeah. There we go. Jix will then go. Yeah, do that. Do it again. Yeah, thank you. We'll do that around.
Perfect.
Thank you. Yeah,
Jix is the name of the fairy. It's a fairy that does it.
I had no idea what you're on about. Sorry.
Look, she's holding the lamp that has the fairy.
No, but like,
why
that's
do you
just
think
Dark Willow.
you can't use the terrorize while you're having your Bedlam active? It's because your fairy is already busy doing something else.
I know about that mechanic, but now I just know the name. So thank you, Shiva.
You're welcome.
That's what we need in a true site. Sorry, my is it Jinx or Jix?
Jix.
My Jix is out right now. Jinx. Give me a second, it's coming back. That's the comms in true sight. 100%.
Jinx.
Yeah, that is definitely.
You've taken it. You know, you
took
crossed the line. It's getting a little
far.
late, but it's not that late yet. I think it had to be a third game of the last series of the day. Maybe that's a reasonable comment to make.
I like the idea of Snapfire though into a Grim Jug because you have this cookie to disconnect from the laning phase, so potentially, if it is some Snap plus Necro lane, that's going to be pretty strong.
I like this a lot.
It's very annoying.
That enables the Jug to actually kill the
Viper de
defense.
coifa, picante la
Is
papa.
you lane well against him, but Jug, you would otherwise have to go like Maelstrom or something, you know, like.
Who lanes mid though? Like DK doesn't want to go into Viper.
Oh, you're
Necro,
saying
yeah,
what
for,
is
so for
Alliance?
Alliance,
do?
yeah.
I don't think they have a good option. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like such a good pick.
So realistically, like, do they have to just put like Necro into mid because he has his own heal to some degree? Put DK into off lane.
You could do that. Necro would do a lot better because he doesn't have like. I guess you probably break the passive for Necro too, right? The passive is
Heartstopper.
Heartstopper, thank you. That's what he gets for regen. So would he not regen off creeps? I actually don't know that interaction. Like, do you regen off
Necro's such
blast?
a dead hero. We're gonna have to give it a couple.
We
days
legit have
before
not
we-
seen Necro in like a year and a half.
Isn't the heal tied into his Q now as well? Or is it not?
No, it's in his E.
Is it in
That
his
was
E
the
still?
nerf they gave him. It used to be that you get the heal.
because he
and
needed
the
nerfing, right? Yeah, right.
Well, that was back like TI8 where they changed that because that
Good old
hero was
Matumba, man.
picked every single game. Thank you, Matumba, man.
I like
that.
that.
Probably appreciate it. That hero's
Yeah.
annoying.
I do like the fact that Alliance, they have given Nico Baby a last pick in the draft. That is kind of fundamental for their success.
There's so many bans already, though.
Yeah, I think Morphling, though, still kind of rises up there in terms of, you know, you can come Viper, get your own break, you can play into it, but yeah, Liquid, again, just, they have the pacing. It's like their philosophy is very clear in all three games of the draft so far, of the series so far, sorry.
Yeah, I don't really see them stopping now. I feel like Boxy's has to be some Void Spirit again. Just some do shitter
Spirit, no
mobile.
creo.
Doesn't exactly synergize with the other heroes, but they haven't really been doing these combos, right? Like they haven't been doing the Mars Willow that got banned
Because
out.
of Willow, they can now pretty much pick any offlaner and have a good lane. Because Willow is like the most aggressive.
I hate Willow, man.
Yeah, like the Brambles is like bonkers. The Shard is like stupid.
She's so good.
The range, why is that? Why?
I put the Shard in my top 5.
I don't know. Like it was already good previous patch. I don't know why she
just made better.
They should just make it better.
Yeah. So that's just
don't play her. No, don't play her. It's gonna get nerfed otherwise. Don't want to have that. But
Bramble is
good.
probably my least favorite spell to play against. That's not like an ultimate. Like it's just a low cooldown, annoying.
Are you bad at
stuff.
like weaving in and out of it?
It's yes.
Just yes.
Yes.
So there's the combo. We now have Sanking Willow. Very strong.
Very strong.
And Grimstroke has a lot of nice Inkswell targets here. And by a lot, I mean 2, but that's good enough.
Yep.
Anti-Mage for Nico Baby.
Yeah, we want
The
Nico Baby to
classic
have
Sand
the
King
strongest
counter.
hero in the game, right?
It's looking pretty sweet, actually.
Quiero ver líneas, pero creo que
I feel like that
Liquid, sí, voy
could be a
ver
bit of a bait though, because you don't have the 5 position to enable that. Because your supports right now in Alliance, be it Nyx or Snapfire, are kind of killers. And you don't want to have a carry that can bully but not play the lane defense. Like it's like Willow Sanking bullies so hard that you want to have your 5 enable your carry, but through sustain or through some sort of like kind of tanking up the spells. And Alliance doesn't have that right now.
It's Nico Baby.
That is true.
What else are you gonna pick?
That is true. It does. There's more things. Sure.
That was the only other option.
Yeah.
That you said earlier.
Thank you, Brian.
I remember that now.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
And you said that.
I do think that Morphling actually got buffed in the recent patch. I think the change to his morph attributes was not enough mana cost to like. They gave him more int. They gave him more int growth. They made his other spells cost less. So as long as you're allowed to farm, you actually have more mana to spend on accelerating yourself. And I wouldn't be surprised if Morphlings start considering taking an early point in Adaptive Strike since they made it go from 80 to 50 mana. That's like insane when it comes to just securing last hits in lane. It matches up quite nice against pretty much all the heroes on Team Liquid. So I think Nico Baby's going to take this. I like Alliance for Game 3.
All right. How about you, T?
It feels like it's going to be a repeat of Game 2 where Liquid will come out ahead in lanes, will apply more pressure, and then it's on them if they fail the high ground siege or they fail some Roshan attempt and it allows Alliance to get back into the game, then sure, Nico Baby might be able to outscale them. But I do favor Liquid because of the pressure they can apply.
Yeah.
It's just, don't make that one mistake to give Alliance that free Nico Baby game of, I'm here 1v9.
So you kind of feel like they're on the timer a little bit.
The Nico Baby timer. It's a separate timer.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
like when you have the carry player who's got like the carry he wants to play, that's like a separate timer of like the team timing.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how Alliance wins games right now.
Just think of the Morph Willow. Love it.
Yeah, sure.
Still good. Still
20
good.
items on Nico Baby. That's what you need.
20 items.
Yeah, backpack and everything. Courier.
Okay, great. Yeah, he just needs a couple of items.
Ya, gente, le fui a Liquid. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
Guau, serio. Guau, serio.
Looking good.
Looking good. Looking good. Sí, tienen como. Pero vamos a ver qué pasa.
Just 30 seconds now.
Lo salvó la abuela. Abuela William. Tengo que retroceder en el tiempo, gente.
Know your place.
Menos 5.25, ¿ya? Ya. Hay que retroceder en el tiempo, gente. Es lo que se pide.
Seconds. 5 seconds remain.
¿Quién ha mandado medio el Necrophos, no? ¿Quién ha mandado el Necrophos? ¿Por qué lo retrocedes? Porque me han pedido que ponga delay de 5 minutos extra. Sí, o sea, tienen el morphing de Nico, ¿no? Puede ser. More film. Tengo que retrocederlo, José. Me han pedido que ponga 5 minutos de delay con respecto al stream oficial.
Prepare yourselves for the main event.
Prepare yourself for the main event. Yo le metí mi chiqui a Liquid, bro. Ya depende de cada uno al final.
Just 30 seconds now.
Juggernaut!
Know your place.
Know your place. Ya vengo, gentita.
Is on the ground, and we're already looking for more. With the poison twist. Time should look to the middle tower.
I'm toying with you. You understand that, right?
Close, but not quite. take what I please.
Look no more upon our face. Don't get wet. I die.
Gente, sorry, estaba muteado almorzando. Yo le metí mi fea a Liquid en esta partida.
The Radiant scan, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
El same guy. Me da risa el Twitch chat, uy, se va a morir. Yaris, Mikek. Mikek. O sea, depende de ustedes, gente. Si les gusta mucho el morphing de Nico Baby, pueden irle a Alliance, ¿no? Principalmente ahorita Alliance gira en torno a ese morphing. Supongo que el Viper se va a hacer right click. BKB. Minuto 16, Viper. Oye, se cruza la partida de segunda... La partida de segunda división de Europa se cruza con la partida de Viscos, ¿no? Ya fue, ya veré Viscos, nomás. Quiero ver qué tal. ¿Dónde va a... Okori, ¿no es, no? Ay, ay. Vuelvo, gente.
My lines grow bold.
Scanning for enemies. Dire are scanning for enemies. Radiant's bottom tower is in danger. Radiant should look to their middle tower. There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower. Dire should look to their top tower. Dire have fortified their structures against attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll have to come back here.
Look to their top tower. The Dire stand on the hunt for radiant forces. Radiant are scanning for enemies. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is in danger. Radiant should look to their middle tower. Radiant have fortified their structures against attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. To the Dire. Dire's bottom tower is in danger.
Lizard spit. My poison works. It's magic. Bounty.
happens I want.
The true heroes are the ones who wait all the way. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Mega kill! Its middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Its top tower is no more. Radiant are scanning for enemies. Dire are scanning for enemies. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Hunting bounties.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Of our kind. Your thoughts are silence.
Ya gente, gracias a todos por haber estado en el stream. Ya zafo porque ya empezó la partida de Viscos, así que vayan a ver las partidas de Viscos. Chau, chau. Nos vemos.